Your life isn't going to fix itself. What's up, everyone? Eric Allen back with you, Life Absolutism channel, and talking today about your life is not going to fix itself. Well, there couldn't be a more accurate statement. Your life is not going to fix itself. So let's use this scenario. You're a man in his 40s, maybe not even, and you find yourself at this point in life where you just don't like who you are. You feel like you're not in the job that you want. You feel like you're not in the relationship that you want. You feel like overall you're not respected. You don't have your health. You don't have everything that it is that you desire. Well, I got to tell you, there is a way to fix everything, but that comes with effort, that comes with initiative. And the problem is a lot of us just sit around waiting for the opportunity, waiting for something to present itself that will move us into that next chapter, that will move us forward. But the truth of the matter is, you're waiting in vain. You're waiting for something that's more than likely never going to come. I mean, other than you taking effort on your own, how many times in life can you think of an external factor that came into play that moved the needle a notch forward? That actually propelled you forward. I mean, yeah, we've all gone through the routines, the day in, the day out at our jobs, and after 5, 6 years, 7 years, whatever, maybe even a year or two, you get that little promotion you're looking for, and yay, you feel great about yourself. You have about 2 minutes of feeling great, and then you're back to feeling like everything else. You're back to feeling like that person that you were just a day prior. You start a new relationship at some point. Things start to feel awesome in the beginning. And then after a little while, after 6 months, a year, 2 years, it starts to just fade. The magic isn't there. The excitement's there. The passion's not there. And a lot of these things in life, they happen because we stop pushing. They happen because we just settle into certain things. Relationships don't have to die out. They don't have to get boring. Our lives don't have to get boring. Our progress doesn't have to stall. We don't have to hit a wall in life and just accept the fact that we're never going to get that book written, that we're never going to accomplish this, that we're never going to get to the level of fitness that we had in our 20s, that we're never going to start that company. There's so many things that we look at and we think to ourselves, I had my chance, I'm too old now. But it's all context and it's all perspective. And looking back at who you are today from the person that you're going to be 20 years from now, at that point in your life, you're probably going to look at today and think, I had so much time. I still had so much time. I could have got it done. I could have got it done in a fraction of the time and enjoyed my life all these years. You have to understand, if you're in a position that you don't want to be in, you have to fix it. No one is going to fix it. You have to fix the situation. You have to first identify what the issues are. If you're facing, bankruptcy, if you're facing, a relationship that's about to fail, maybe a divorce that's impending, you're facing one difficulty after another. You've lost your job, or you're about to lose your job, or you just hate your job altogether. There's things that are stacking up against you, but the ability to get past that, the ability to get to the position you want is something that you have the option to exercise, but that exercise comes from you. The ability to fix the situation, to move into that position that you want, depends on you. And let's be honest, it's not comfortable. People don't like change. People don't like effort. People don't like setbacks or loss. And sometimes to get yourself into that new position, to get yourself into that new headspace, that new mindset, that new job, that new relationship, or, to get out of the bad job, the bad relationship, we have to accept the loss of the current one. And that's just the way it goes. A lot of times through suffering, we grow. Through adversity, we grow, we mature, we change, we learn to face difficulty at a higher level. We learn to build boundaries. We learn what we like and what we don't like. And then we even learn what our weaknesses are. A lot of times when we lose a relationship, we look back at it, or at least we should, and say, what went wrong there? That had so much potential in the beginning, but what went wrong? How did that fall apart? That was like the most amazing relationship in the beginning, and now we don't even like talking to each other. What happened? Was it a combination of the two personalities just not being right for each other, or were both of you holding back because there are things inside of you that you never bothered to work on that you were still processing throughout the course of your life? With that job, did you want to get rid of that job? Do you want to get rid of that job? Do you want to move into a new one? Do you want to take steps to become the version of yourself that you dream about? Are you completely out of shape right now? Do you lack any kind of confidence? These things are attainable. This is your life. You're the director. You're the one who's making this movie. You're the one who's orchestrating all of this. But sometimes to be able to get the screenplay that you want, to be able to get that version of your life that you want, you have to take some setbacks. You have to take some suffering. You have to take some loss and some pain, because as painful as it is, as difficult as it is, pain, suffering, and setbacks, there's growth to be acquired there. Think back to your high school sweethearts and just imagine what it was like when you had that person. It's not going to be the way it is for everyone. I'm sure some people will listen to this and be like, thank God I didn't end up with that person. I mean, most of us should say that, right? But some of us are going to say, no, it wasn't painful. We just went our separate ways. It was the way it was. But I dated a girl for 4 years at that point, from the age of, I want to say 17, and it was a tough relationship. We were still kids, but it was a very difficult relationship. And I fought and fought and fought to hold on to that relationship, only to look back at it now like, my God, thank God I don't have that relationship with that person. Because if we would have continued on, sure, there's always the potential that over time we would have worked on ourselves and the issues or the things that were internalized, and we would have been fine. But what are the chances of that level of success? How many people actually end up with their high school sweethearts? If you try to remember back to the couple that you were and who you are today, there's probably a likeliness that you can't imagine yourself being with that person today. And even some of us are probably thinking that's a huge bullet that I dodged, not being with that person, because I see them today, and they look like they're doing awful, you know? But what I want to say is, if you wish to change your life, if you want to get physically fit, if you want to gain confidence, if you want to have relationships that suit you, friendships that suit you, if you want that career, if you want to earn that level of money or income, if you want to change yourself overall, just completely overhaul yourself, it begins with you. You are the one that has to fix yourself. You are the one that has to do the work. You're the one that has to put in the work, but you're the one who's going to benefit from it. And the best thing I can tell you is just start taking steps. That's all you got to do. Start taking steps. Formulate a plan. Identify the things that you want to accomplish. Don't make it too complex. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't list out 20 things and say, I'm going to be all 20 things at the end of this year. Give yourself like the most important out of those 20 things, the top 5 to go after. It might be physical fitness. It might be just getting yourself in shape. It might be starting martial arts so you can build your confidence and learn how to fight and defend yourself. It might be just overall confidence in general. It might be, being able to talk to girls or being able to talk to guys. But the point is, pick out what is going to suit you the most. That when you imagine out of these 20 things, these 30 things that you've written down, these are the top 5 things that if I were to get these, if I were to achieve these are the things that would make me more than happy. And you can do it. You have, today is January 14th. You have 11 and a half months to complete the rest of this year. You could be looking back at yourself in 11 and a half months from now thinking, wow, I don't even recognize that version of myself that I started this year as. So just understand that if you want to change, the change has to come from you. If you need help, there's life coaching available. If you need help, there's mentors out there. If you need help, look at people who are where you want to be and start surrounding yourself with those people. If you want to have that relationship, if you want to have that physical fitness, if you want to have that confidence, you're going to have to suffer to get there. You're going to have to face difficulty. I can tell you, just as a practitioner of jiu-jitsu, if you wander into a gym, now I didn't know how to fight when I came in. I could scrap just about as good as anyone else that doesn't have actual technique. But when I started, it was after a breakup back in January 2018, and I didn't know anything. And I went in there, and every day that I trained, I got beat up again and again and again and again. And even last night training, I mean, I think out of the 6 rounds that I rolled, 6 minute rounds that I rolled, probably 3 of them destroyed me. They were miserable. They made me give 120%, and I hated every second of it, but I loved it after I finished it. When I was done, I thought, that was miserable, but I'm better because of it. So you have to understand that life is almost like that. To be able to get to a certain point, you're going to have to take beatings, you're going to have to take setbacks, but just do it. Just move forward. And the only one that can do that is you, not your wife, not your mother, not your father, not your brother, not your husband. It's you. You are the one who's going to take step by step by step and move forward. And if you do take these steps, if you do make the changes that are necessary to get yourself to the point that you want to be, in 11 months from now, you won't even recognize the version of yourself today. Stop waiting, start fixing yourself, and understand that no one is going to do it for you. And if you need help making a plan, if you need help designing a plan, that's what we do at Life Absolutism. That's what we do is we help with life coaching. We help design plans so that in 12 months from now, you are not the version of yourself that you are today. If you want to change, if you want to be a different person, if you want to be happier and you want to see yourself as a completely different version than what you are right now, reach out to us. Love to help you.